Welcome back. Thank you for being here. I'm here covering the demonstration that's going on.
He is at war on many fronts. He is at war against democracy. He is at war against our constitutional rights, especially our First Amendment right, free speech and free assembly. He's at war against those of us who believe that the right to engage in dissent is what democracy is all about. He is at war against immigrant families. He is very definitely at war against the environment and is now vastly accelerating climate catastrophe. He's taken away every effort to stop
Border Patrol
from poisoning our air and poisoning our water.
So down on the west
We are here today.
west
and
side
thank you for being here.
of Los
And
Angeles,
we will be in the
they're
streets
having
tomorrow
a celebration.
and in the coming days,
And here it seems
demand
like
that
they're
this new
having
war in the Middle
like a protest against the
And-
war.
we are going to be here. We will be here to demand an end to the war against the First Amendment. We are going to be using our collective power to end this war and to fight for and save democracy. People of Minnesota,
Hey, Music
Minneapolis
Mania.
in particular, and others
Thank you for being here, guys.
in small towns and large cities have shown us the power of bravery, of community,
That looks
of
like Jane
collective
Fonda
action to
up there
stand up for
talking.
democracy and human rights. We're going to end this nightmare and the chaos that's destroying so many lives, and ourselves
Welcome back to you
bring
all.
in an era where
Thank you
justice
for
and
being here.
humanity are cherished and upheld. Let regime change.
I think that is Jane Fonda.
That's right, wasn't that a powerful speech? Are you ready to build a new anti-war movement? Are you ready to build a new civil rights movement? Because that's what we're doing today. We need a new civil rights movement, a new human rights movement, because Donald Station, more bombings, more attacks. We won't let that happen, will we? No. That's right, that's why we're here to build this movement. And as we keep this moving, I want to introduce another Iranian-American anti-war activist and candidate for LA City Attorney. Please welcome Ida Ashuri.
Again, guys, so here, I'm here outside the Los Angeles City Hall.
Everyone,
downtown Los
this
Angeles.
is an emotional moment for me.
And this is an anti-war.
I could barely sleep
There
last night
is,
looking
I
at the
saw
news.
on Citizen
Unlike
app
people at
that they
Congress
have
bring that as their first memories. And now I see on television the arms of young little girls being waved that were torn apart by U.S.-made bombs. We have seen this already in Gaza.
to be
And it's important to note this didn't happen
bringing
overnight.
live coverage.
This happened because the media and politicians
I
have
understand a lot of
focused
people are
on
going to have
manufacturing
different views.
consent for years. They are focusing on Iran to distract you from the
Hey, Linda,
genocide
everyone.
happening in
Thank you.
Palestine, in Sudan, and in Congo. It took them years of propaganda to demonize a country that nationalized its oil and has no U.S. military base. To support murder of its people for capitalism. They are not trying to save anybody. It took years of manufactured consent from people on both sides of the aisle.
It's pretty hot out here, right?
Democrats, Democratic influencers, Democratic candidates, by people who
Yeah,
call
you know, there are a lot of
themselves
people
progressive and align
celebrating and a
themselves
lot
with
of people are
warmongers
against it.
and
For the
pro-genocide
most
people.
part, I see the people celebrating.
They don't seek change, they seek to support the same system and align with it for their own power. We saw this people that are doing nothing for the people right here at home.
They have
These
been
wars
liberated
are a
according to them,
distraction
so
from what
good
we're
for them,
seeing
you
on our
know.
own
So
streets. Ignoring the protesters that are
if
dying
that's what they
on our
want,
own
you know, that's what
streets,
they got. So
that are getting murdered, that are people who are getting grabbed
the
off our own
supreme
streets.
leader was
People
killed.
are dying in prison lynching in this country. Iran is a distraction
I
from the
agree, good for
failures
them.
of our own government. Because these same people are making money off of our money through surveillance technology that our own city is approving and putting in our streets. While our poverty and illiteracy rates are shooting up, 9 people died to take out their government. It's been built up by bases in the Middle East and South Asia. Congress and billionaires are not fighting this war. The working class people are for this. That's why they're trying to fund AI and surveillance to make manufacture more consent for these wars. And like Jane Fonda said, this is directly related to climate change. Venezuela, oil. Iran, oil. Greenland, resources. Sudan, Congo, resources. It's 9 degrees in February, and not a word from the Democrats that control our state to change what's happening with how the billionaire class is using our resources.
Everyone, welcome. Thank you for being
There's
here.
private planes being used at our airport. They're buying up half the land in Altadena.
So again, guys, John on Wilshire and the 405 in front
And
of
that's what they deserve.
there's a large group of Iranian demonstrators that are celebrating on the streets.
To start building for a
Couldn't make it over
right.
there. It's kind of far for me, but yeah, that's what's going on
Banded
over
together
there.
to strike to block weapons that are supporting a genocide. This is the time to demand real action from our elected leaders, not just tweets and appearances. As someone running with an anti-war party, with the Socialist Party, I'm an impediment to their political ambition. They use stories from people like me to platform their own political ambition. They choose convenience, weakness, to not stand up for my life, but use me to push their political goals and careers. We use these words, illegal. But what is illegal when the law is used by the powerful?
Justin, there are two demonstrations going on. One anti-war, and the other one they're literally celebrating. I guess the supporters, the Iran attack supporters, which is they're celebrating. So their regime, their leader was killed. So I think that's something to celebrate, in my opinion.
Everyone will always against this, and that's why we need to take action now. Hands off Iran! Hands off Iran! Hands off Iran!
Guys, I don't know if you're talking to me, but I really don't care, guys. I'm just here to document. This is what I do. Just do boots on the ground, you know, and just here to. This is why it's called Lens Media, guys.
You know, both Democrats and Republicans are implicated in all of these illegal
Streaming,
war crimes,
yeah, I agree
right?
with you
Right now
in
it's
a
the
way,
Trump
yeah.
administration.
I mean, it's.
What was it under Biden, right? Obama,
I hope that they do
you know, going back to
have their
George
freedoms. So.
Bush Jr. and Sr. Name any
Everybody
president
deserves to be free. Everyone.
blood on their hands. And so, while this is disgusting, while this ongoing campaign of shock and awe, it isn't all that surprising now, is it? And so with that, shout out to Ida. There's a few other speakers who are also running for local and statewide positions, and we need to fight back in every which way we can.
including the political and so for our next speaker, and you guys are all in for a treat because we are still working to get Ida Shuri on the ballot. We know that her the campaign that she's running on are popular ideas that center working class people, and so we are actually collecting signatures to get her on the ballot for the upcoming midterm elections. And so at some point today during this program, please go ahead to the canopy with the table right down that way. I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing, but please, if you're registered to vote in LSC, write down your name and address and whatnot and help to get her on the ballot so we can avoid paying these egregious fees that try to keep people like us to actually exercise our democracy in whatever little left.
Yeah,
So
he's
go ahead
been
and
eliminated
please sign
for
and get her on
sure,
the
guys.
ballot. Amazing. And next up, I'd like
gone.
to introduce yet another incredible speaker. His name is Baba Akili, and he is a Black Lives Matter grassroots
those are the type of people that need to be, eliminated from this world. But you know, this administration is no better either. So we have our own regime.
We are back here today, as we have to be every day.
But it is what it is, guys.
We have had racists and fascists in the White House before, but we rarely had them together. We now have that. And what he is doing with this war is distracting us, or trying to, from what we need here at home. We are going to have to think about how we shut the society down. We are going to have to talk about national fight.
That's what the news is
But we don't do anything but
saying
protest.
that he
I
has
remember
been killed. Not too sure.
We both remember that when there was an uncalled for, unjust war in Vietnam,
Let's see.
it took us every day, every year, every time to oppose it. Because if you don't, the assumption is it's okay. So your presence here is to say, no, we don't support this. No, we don't support an invasion. But more importantly, no, we don't support oppression. No, we don't support anti-blackness. No, we don't support racism. Your presence here today is underscoring that. And I know sometimes we think, damn, another protest. We have to protest as long as there's fascism in the White House. There's no way of getting around that. And I know, because I've been to a lot of these and we've organized a lot of these, and I know you think, I have to, yes. How we get other people to think that this is acceptable, to know that it's not. For 40 years, I asked myself two questions. What's at stake? And what happens if I don't show up? Here's what's at stake now. The lives of Iranians. That's what's at stake. And, unfortunately, the continued lives of people in Gaza. So if we don't continue to show up, if we don't continue to speak out, then the assumption is that's all right.
Guys, for the people in YouTube, because I'm streaming on both TikTok and YouTube. For the people on YouTube, I'm getting a weak signal, so I do apologize if you get weak signal. It's beyond my control. I can't really do anything. But thank you for hanging in.
Your presence has all that it is today is impactful. Your presence and willingness to speak up and, if necessary, to shut down. Incredible. You know what? Feels the back. This is not bullshit. But we are filling that vacuum with people who want to see justice. People who want to see an end to wars. We are filling that back. So now I'm
Guys, put one in the chat if you support the attack in Iran, and 2 if you are anti-war. 1 if you support, 2 if you're anti-war. Just curious as to see what the people.
Hands off Iran, but hands off DEI. Hands off anti-black.
1, 2.
Hands off and out of. First of all, suck ice and diabolize.
Mostly 1 on both TikTok and YouTube, guys.
Thinking about Iran, then I can't get you thinking about ice.
Good for you
We
guys.
cannot lose focus. And I know you're thinking
No
about
judging here. I don't judge. So
Yes, there is.
I have my own opinions, but
Yes,
you
there
know,
is.
I respect
There's a
other
city,
people's
right?
opinions.
The city
So
that we live in, we made a decision that it's more important to have police than street lights. It's more, say that. It's more important to have police.
I don't know, man, but I have an issue
It's more
of
important to have police
dictators, you know, trying to fucking
than the simple
control
things
the
that make
people.
our lives better. And every
That's a no-no.
administration is doing it
Every
for
human
themselves.
being on this planet needs, you know, deserves to be
Black people
free
suffer because
wherever they live.
that's why there is a Black Lives Matter.
And I checked several times.
We got started with a simple statement. Black Lives Matter. We turned it into a movement that is
Yeah,
lasting
people on TikTok and YouTube are bringing up really good comments.
So, as we stand up and speak out and insist that this fascist and racist administration hands off Iran, but we also want to say to this administration here locally, we have no more money for police. So we're going to ask you. We're going to ask you to fill out and take this survey. Black Lives Matter for 6 years has been asking the people how they want their money spent. We have hard here, but more importantly, we want to ask cameras to come on out. When the call comes from those of us on the front line saying we got to stop this, come on out. We want to thank you and understand that you're in solidarity with people who want what you want. A better way of life for themselves and their family. A better way of participating and benefiting from a society that we contribute. So for those of you who don't have signs, I'm going to ask you to join me in solidarity with people who want what you want. Hands off Iran! Ice out of LA! Keep on ice! Fuck ice! All right, right on to that. Make some noise for Baba Akili, who's been in this struggle a long time. And we understand that we are here with banners that say no war on Iran, but we say no war on Black America. We say no war on our immigrant communities. We say no war on Venezuela. We say no war on Gaza. And a movement of hundreds can become a movement of thousands, can become a movement of tens of thousands, and eventually we have a movement of millions that can win what we are fighting for. We need to also keep in mind and always highlight the war on the working class, the war on workers here and abroad. And our unions
guys,
play a
thank you for
huge
being
role
here. I
in
am,
fighting
live streaming on
this
TikTok
very
and
just battle
YouTube,
for
so
worker
both of you guys,
empowerment and for a new society. I would like to introduce Kyle Holbert, who is the president of Local 872 of the United Auto Workers. Please welcome Kyle.
What's up, y'all? Let's hear it for our siblings and struggle next to us. We're out here today when it's really hot out. Let's hear it. I'm Kyle Holbert. I'm here on behalf of the 3,000 grad student workers of the University of Southern California. I am both proud to stand here among you and outraged to once again be taking to the streets to demand an end to this horrifying American aggression, this time in war with Iran. It is unconscionable that our country continues to wage a campaign of imperialist terror from Venezuela last month to now war with Iran, a war that more than 80% of Americans oppose.
The opinions are mixed.
But if they don't care about polls, that's okay. We'll make them hear us. Do you
both,
want war with
TikTok
Iran?
and YouTube.
Do you want endless
A lot of
American
people are
wars?
for it. People are against it.
But as Americans, we know that this is another war built on lies. A playbook that we have seen again and again since the invasion of Iraq in 2003 and even before that. As workers, we know that behind these lies, Venezuelan narco-terrorists or Iran's nuclear threat or that a genocide isn't happening in Gaza is a simple truth. War means more money for billionaires paid for by the working class. Even more so, my academic worker colleagues have been forced to tolerate complete silence from our institutions. While ICE terrorizes our communities, disappears protesters and our immigrant neighbors, while our military acts as the primary threat to peace all over the world, we hear nothing from the supposed halls of truth and knowledge. But just because our institutions and our elected officials stay silent, does that mean that we're going to stay silent? No! Are we going to stand by and let this war happen? No! Because if we don't get no justice, then they don't get no peace. No justice? No peace! No justice? No peace! Millions of Americans are losing access every day to health care and SNAP benefits, while Donald Trump points at the stock market and tells us the economy has never been better. Meanwhile, his hateful administration pours billions into military aggression in the form of ICE occupation here at home and regime change overseas. Retired American General Smedley Butler said almost 100 years ago that war is a racket. And here we are, a century later, fighting the same fight, demanding that our country finally abandon the interests of the rich and end these imperialist wars. The American labor movement has a proud history of anti-war activism because we know it's the labor of the working class that runs this country. And we know that this war does nothing for working people. This misguided war is about empire and control and about a despised administration whose policies are designed only for a handful of billionaires, and to that I say shame. I stand here with you today to boldly reject this war here on our streets and across the globe. No war with Iran, U.S. out of everywhere. Thank you, and we'll be back on Monday.
Egregious system that continues to abuse workers. So even if you're not able with the job you have to join a union,
yeah, there are a lot of Iranians
a strike going on,
celebrating.
You could join as a community member.
I know West LA has a big celebration out there in front of the Federal Detention Center in West LA, Wilshire, and the 405. There's a huge group over there to celebrate on the streets.
Justice, you say how? Hands off of Iran now. We want justice, you say how? Hands off of Iran now. Hands off of Iran now. Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing in the sweltering heat? Make no mistake, this heat is we're feeling climate change right now. In my day job, I'm an environmental science and biology teacher in LA Public Schools. I'm a proud member of my union, UCLA.
Guys, it's so freaking hot right here.
And I'm also running with the Peace and Freedom Party to be your next insurance commissioner in the state of California. without a doubt that the biggest polluter on Earth is the military-industrial complex of the United States. The Pentagon has a $1 trillion budget,
I have to
and
agree
they
on
have
some of the
planes
comments
and
that are
800
being made
military
here
bases
regarding the
all over the world to
you know,
exercise U.S. domination and U.S. power
the,
over people who should be sovereign, who
leader
are
of Iran
sovereign,
was
and yet the U.S. thinks that it is their, the U.S. government
and
thinks
people
that
are
it is its
against
right
that, so I really don't
to
understand that
infringe
either.
upon the sovereignty of these countries,
I
to
think it's a
bomb
good
these
thing for the
countries.
Iranian people.
This is a war for the CEOs of Chevron and ExxonMobil and BP. They're the ones
Doesn't
who are going to
matter,
benefit
hugs
from
to
this
you.
war. This is a
Great
billionaire's
guy.
war.
Thank you for being here, guys.
The same billionaire system that is bombing Iran right now, that killed their leader, is the same billionaire system that has spent decades bombing Palestine, that has spent decades of intervention and military coups all over Latin America. And this is the same system that deprives our communities of justice, that deprives our children of food, of a quality education. Our communities are deprived of infrastructure, and yet we are the wealthiest nation on earth. This is the wealthiest state in the country with a $4 trillion economy. Does it feel like a $4 trillion economy when you look around you? Does it feel like a $4 trillion economy or in our schools, or in our healthcare? And it's up to us. It is right system. And we need a new system. We can do better than capitalism. We can do better than bipartisan support for endless war. We can do better than AIPAC running our government. And we have to be very clear about what is the real counterweight to the Trump administration, to the ultra-right Trump administration. It is not impeachment. He's been impeached twice already. The Democrats told us they were going to impeach Trump. Did that do anything?
Yeah, a lot of people are
And what did the
celebrating here in
Democrats
the United States
do
as
when
well.
Trump started to invade Venezuela? Nothing. What have the Democrats done with respect to Gaza?
I mean, that was a man
What
that
have
was,
they done with respect
that I'm
to
glad
our
that
communities
he
being
is
torn
gone.
apart by ICE
But,
in our so-called
in my
sanctuary
opinion, there are a
states
lot
and cities?
of other leaders
They
that
have done
need to
nothing.
be in
And
his
this is including
shoes
in
as
states
well.
like California, where they have a blue supermajority, in the state Senate, in the state Assembly,
Not gonna say
where they have
who,
all the
but
power to do everything
there are a lot of
that they
bad-
want, and we should assume
bad
that they
leaders
have
out
done
there,
everything
guys.
that they want, which is nothing. And so our message today to both elected officials and candidates on both sides of the aisle is you either need to get in line or get out of the way, because it's the people's turn to govern. The real counterweight to the Trump administration is always going to be the people. The people taking to the streets, making our voices heard, taking to the ballot. But we're not just stopping at the ballot, even though we want you to vote for amazing candidates like Ida, like the candidates on the Peace and Freedom Party. We also want to vote with our feet. We want to stay in the streets because we cannot wait another minute for them to end the war for us. We're the ones who run society. We need to stand up and show them how it's done. And that's why I'm proud to be running with the Peace and Freedom Party, which has almost 60 years of history in the state of California. We were founded in the midst of the anti-Vietnam War movement. And to this day, we have opposed every U.S. war abroad, this senseless war abroad. Because we know that if it was up to you, the people, that we would not be voting for this kind of senseless war. So I want to pretend that you all are Congress right now, and you have the power to vote. Would you vote, yes or no, to fund more military interventions abroad? Now how about for our needs? Would you vote to fund free health care for every single person in this country? Would you vote for fully funded education all across this country? Would you vote for affordable insurance for property, for health care, for your auto, so that you have a safety net in the event of a climate catastrophe? And would you vote to put an end to the senseless war abroad, the rule of billionaires, so that we can start to clean up our climate, so that we can clean up our waterways and our air and guarantee safety for our communities? If you voted voted yes for those, then you should be voting with the Peace and Freedom Party. And like I said, don't just stop at the ballot box. Keep organizing with us in the streets. Join an organization. That is going to be the real counterweight to the Trump administration.
That's right. Give it up for Lalo Vargas. I appreciate Lalo for keeping it at the end of the day saying we should attack. But what I heard him say is the attack should have gone to Congress first. That's right. It's Torres, who is running for California's 34th Congressional District. Please welcome Angela.
What's up, y'all? My name is Angela Gonzalez-Torres, and I am running for Congress to unseat AIPAC Jimmy Gomez. Like you, I am sick and tired of waking up to news of our tax dollars funding the destruction of human lives. But we know this is not new. The Chicano movement called it the DC War, and in Vietnam, they referred to it as the DC War as well, because it was clear then, as it is now, that we do not want this. Americans want our tax dollars to fund schools, healthcare, and Section 8 housing. I watched my mom struggle just like people still do today. And we deserve opportunities here at home. We deserve to not wake up to more violence and to definitely not see this genocide. We have resisted for generations the unfair drafting of Black and brown individuals from the same communities today that are calling for a free Palestine, that have been saying Black Lives Matter, that are calling for hands off Venezuela and eyes on Sudan. We are calling for peace in Iran. 7 out of 10 American voters have stated that we do not want U.S. military action in Iran. But this morning we did wake up to unauthorized strikes against Iran, and the first attack they made was on a girls' school. Congress must return to session and take the overdue vote under the War Powers Act to stop this. And I am proud to stand in solidarity with students today, and I'm proud to stand in solidarity with you all against this. We will be watching how our current elected officials respond. We will be following the votes, the money. This is my contribution right now to organize against a do-nothing Democrat like Jimmy Gomez, who serves the interests of an unregistered pro-Israel lobby group, AIPAC, not Angelino's. Again, while people are dying every day on our streets here in Los Angeles from lack of food, shelter, and access to medical care, Trump is choosing bombs. Dozens of children have already been killed. Students are detained right now in the tens of thousands, and schools, hospitals, and libraries are the first attacked. We do not want another war. In pursuit of this regime change, we demand relief from the affordability crisis, stability for our families, and peace. It is time for change, it's time for courage, and it's up to us. So in solidarity with our students
here, guys. I am live streaming both on TikTok and YouTube. So I want to welcome you guys. Thank you guys for being back.
What do we want?
Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Thank you guys for hitting that like button and subscribing, guys.
We see the theme through all of these incredible speakers through our program. Yes, we have to continue to put pressure by coming out into the streets, and then even afterward, we have to continue to organize. So definitely, before you leave today, come talk to an organizer, whether it's the PSL, whether it's PYM, who I'm going to introduce next, Code Pink, whoever, all of these incredible speakers, talk to an organizer. Up next, I'd like to introduce a local organizer, Leal, with the Palestinian Youth Movement. Give it up for Leal. From the belly of the beast. Hands off, you! From the belly of the beast. From the belly of the beast. Hands off the Middle East. Hands off the Middle East. Hi guys, my name is Leal. I'm an organizer with the Palestinian Youth Movement, a transnational, independent organization of Palestinian and Arab youth aimed at the liberation of our homeland. These U.S.-Israeli strikes come in the U.S. military buildup in the region. Billions have been spent on preparing the attacks, which serves no one but politicians and their corporate backers. Shame. We are fed to promise peace, and yet he has only escalated the violence from Venezuela to Gaza, and now a full opening to war against Iran. Never in our name will we allow that to happen. We as the PYF see these connections between all struggles as ones against Zionism and imperialism as a whole. These attacks on the Iranian people are an extension of more than 2 years of genocide in Gaza and U.S.-Israeli war on the Middle East. Israel, with full U.S. backing, is massacring Iranian school children just as it has Palestinian school children, Lebanese school children, Yemeni school children, and countless others in these years of relentless attacks against our people. At the same time, right now, the Zionist entity has resumed the total siege on Gaza, closing all crossings, including the critical Rafah crossing, until further notice. It also shows the total undemocratic nature of us here in the belly of the beast, because we know that the people here want out of these forever wars in the Middle East, and that they only stand to benefit the Americans, they only stand to benefit the corporations and the billionaire class that has continued to prop up the politicians that do not represent us. More and more of us are seeing that the Zionist entity is not just a threat to Palestinian sovereignty, but an existential threat to everyone in the world. Make no mistake, this is standing up against genocide and against the world order that we know must be toppled in order for the people, the working class, and the people, and the oppressed people to thrive. From Palestine to Iran, to all nations impacted by Zionist terror, we must continue to stand against colonial violence and fight for the self-determination and liberation of all of our.
It's interesting, all the comments that
Nothing short of a total and complete arms embargo will end this murderous rampage from Rafah to Tehran. And we, the people, must continue to rise up to enforce what our government refuses to in the face of genocide and in the face of these wars. From the belly of the beast! From the belly of the beast! Hands off the Middle East! Hands off the Middle East! From the belly of the beast! From the belly of the beast! Hands off the Middle East! Hands off the Middle East! Glory to our martyrs, Intifada until victory, and long live Palestine!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Occupation is a crime! Occupation is a crime! No more blood for oil! No more blood for oil! Hands off Iran soil! 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 Give it up for our last speaker and the Palestinian youth movement! We understand this is a long struggle. We have been in the streets together, some of us for years, some of us for decades. But this movement is building to something even greater, which is that we can build something new. An entirely new society free from war, free from all these oppressions, and the people will build it. So I want to introduce a longtime fighter against war, against oppression, a co-founder of Code Pink. Please welcome Jody Evans.
Whose power? Whose power?
Our power.
Whose power?
Our power.
All right. Code Pink has been fighting, working.
Sorry about that, guys. I know there's a weak signal here. I do. We are in front of this freaking city hall. For some reason, they fucking fuck with the signal here.
They are good.
Here, let me try to move, guys. Let me try to move, see if I can get a better signal.
I couldn't imagine how joyful, celebratory, and engaged in the work of building the future they were. They want you to know they are not stepping back. They are not afraid. There is a gun to their head and they don't care. They are building a Bolivarian revolution. It is rich. It is deep. Like our Cuban brothers and sisters, it is rich, it is deep, and yet they need us now. So solidarity for Iran, for Palestine.
The signal doesn't get any better, guys.
Stand for Venezuela. It's up to all of us to be in the streets and to be creating the future together. You know, we need to be working outside of the system. The systems are what make us crazy. What makes us sane is connecting with each other, building a future, building peace economies instead of the war economies. It is our tax dollars to pay for those weapons. Figure out how not to pay your taxes. Figure out how to feed this beast. Figure out how to serve each other and pull off the war machine, build a peace economy. The Venezuelans and the Cubans are willing and able to share how they are doing it. We're going to Cuba March 20th through 23rd to deliver
I don't know what that
aid.
means, Rusty. What does that
Join us
mean?
at coaching.org. We will have a by land, by air, by sea. The People's Forum delivering solar panels. We're taking in medical aid. It is important.
Okay, got it.
To show solidarity as we do in the street with our brothers and sisters that are being picked up by
did the speech yesterday.
The opportunity is every day. It's our heart beat and it's how we build our power. Love power.
It doesn't matter where I move, the signal continues to be weak, guys, so you guys are going to get grainy footage at times.
The more we continue to show up and come out of this, the more we continue to connect the dots between this illegal war on Iran, between the illegal kidnapping of Nicolas Maduro, with the illegal blockade on Cuba, and the disgusting illegal genocide on Gaza, as well as the ICE occupation here in LA and the ongoing police brutality here in our own front yards. The more and more the people in power quiver. So let's do a little chant. We gotta make them quiver in their boots. Up, up, up with the people. Down, down, down with the system. Up, up, up with the people. Down, down, down with the system. All right, I'd like to introduce Constantine Anthony, and he is the Burbank City Council member. Give it up for Constantine.
Thank you. My name is Constantine. In 2023, I served as the mayor of the city of Burbank, and I know a lot of people are looking at New York as a great example for a socialist mayor, but let's just say I did it first. And I was on the strike lines for 191 days fighting against the oligarch takeover of not just our media, but the very narrative stories that we tell each other as human beings. Human beings tell stories to each other to move progress forward. That is who we are inherently as human beings. We are storytellers at our core. What we're seeing with this new deal with Warner Brothers and Paramount, the oligarchs are controlling the narrative. I'm not going to talk about what our president is parts of the people.
I think that.
But at the end of the day, true democracy comes from within. It comes from the people on the ground. It comes from an educated populace that works together.
For everything, thank you.
In Venezuela,
And I do apologize
Gaza,
for the
we would
weak
help them
signal
with
here
education.
and the
We would
grainy
help
footage,
them with
probably.
aid. We would help them with humanitarian support.
have no
But that is
control.
nothing. Whoever has the biggest is a stick. It is so disappointing to have to. This is what we do as an American people. We show up and we support each other. And today, it's very disappointing to have people in office who refuse to support what their constituents are demanding However, I am heartened by some of the candidates that have been here today, specifically, a friend of mine who is here, who I'm going to introduce next. Someone who has publicly called for the abolition of ICE. Someone who has publicly declared her support for a leftist a public bank, to transform how we fund the police in Los Angeles. She's here today, and I want to share her with all of you. She is a woman of the people. Please put your hands together for my good friend, Reverend Ray Huang, running for LA City Mayor.
Thank you, Constantine. Hey, everybody, I just want to let you know my heart is so heavy right now. I don't want to have to be here again. We have been here too many times on the streets, marching in solidarity with Gaza, our brothers and sisters, our children who continue to die daily, marching because of Venezuela, marching because of Cuba. How many more lives, how many more countries, how many more families of lives must we destroy with our tax dollars? Enough is enough. My friends, there are three evils in society, says Dr. King. The first one is racism. The second, economic exploitation. And the third, war. These three things are tied together across our society today, and we are seeing it happen over and over and over again. Putting profits over people, putting militarism over lives. They think they own us. They think they own our bodies. They think they own our minds, but they do not own our spirits. This is our city, this is our country, and this is our world, and we demand better. My friends, I know you are angry today. You have no idea the anger that I have. I am a mother. When you get a mother mad, you better watch out. But I want to invite you today that anger alone is not enough. We must organize. We need to get together and strategize and come together. Today, in community, yes. Today, marching and proclaiming where we stand, yes. But also, tonight, get on the phone. Call your organizations. PSL has organized today, as well as many others are co-sponsoring. Call them. Join their fight. Join in membership. This is how we fight. We organize until we win.
I like that. Organize until we win. That's right. Because only an organized movement can win a struggle as big as this one. This is not a small struggle. This is a struggle that has to be national. It has to be international. Our solidarity is international because our struggle is international. Today, over 60 cities across the United States came together with the same message: no to this U.S.-Israeli war on Iran. So you are not alone. Each of us has a role to play. Each of us has a part to play. So what I want to ask you is, are you willing to come out again? Are you willing to stay in this struggle for the long haul? The people of Gaza have been in the struggle for the long haul. The people in Iran have been in the struggle against imperialism for the long haul. The people of Los Angeles have been in the struggle for the long haul. Are you ready to join that? That's right, so I want everybody, if you're on the sides, come on in, come on closer. Everybody on this side, come in closer. On the left side, can you hear me? On the right side, can you hear me? In the middle, can you hear me? Let me hear you say no war on Iran. 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 Hands off of 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 Iran. Make some noise for the many thousands of people who have risen up across the country. It was only a few weeks ago that we were in these same streets, right here in downtown Los Angeles, saying no to the illegal bombing of Venezuela, saying no to the kidnapping of a president, and saying no to the ICE war on our families. Trump started this year with kidnapping the sovereign leader of another country. And what we said in the streets was if they can do it to Venezuela, they can do it to any country. They could do it to Mexico. They could do it to Canada. They could do it to Cuba. Now, here we are. A few weeks later, there are some reports that they have killed the leader of Iran. And what I want to say is that we cannot stand for the government that oppresses us right here at home having the authority to kill leaders across the world. The off-duty of leaders across the world because they're doing the same things to our communities right here at home. So this movement has to stay strong. It has to stay connected. Are we tired? No. I didn't hear all of you. Are we tired? No. Are we tired? No. Are we tired of endless war? Yes. Are we tired of racism? Yes. Are we tired of deportation? Yes. Are we tired of the cuts to the essential public services? Yes. Then we have to stay in the streets. We can't get tired. I want to give you an example. The Montgomery bus boycott, which started in 1955 and eventually led to the breaking of Jim Crow. It led to the end of Jim Crow. It was not a one-day action. It was not a one-week action. It wasn't even a one-year action. The Montgomery bus boycott lasted a year and 2 weeks before they were able to win some of the demands that they had. And it took even more decades of struggle to really defeat Jim Crow. And in fact, we have people in the White House, in Congress, on Capitol Hill, even in LA City Hall, I'm certain. We have people who want to take us back to that era, who want to roll back the clock. When you listen to Donald Trump, he doesn't just think Latin America is his backyard. He doesn't just think the Middle East is the backyard of the United States. He thinks the entire world is his backyard. Donald Trump, the future he paints, the entire world. They want to go back to the era of colonialism. They want to go back to the era of imperialism. But that era has never ended, but the struggle against imperialism has never ended either. So we need to take these lessons from the 1960s, from the 1970s, from even earlier. You heard union leaders, you heard community organizers, you heard people running for office, you heard an elected official. All of these angles have the same goal, which is to say, stop this war now and invest in our communities, invest in healthcare for all, housing for all, education for all. The war budget of this country is over $1 trillion a year. $1 billion a year. Can you believe that? If we don't stop it now, next year it'll be $2 trillion. The next year it'll be $5 trillion. But guess what? Endless war needs to be ended. And we can do it. Do you believe we can do it? Are you going to bring 5 people next time? Are Are you going to bring 10 people next time? I think we can do it, and a protest of hundreds will become a protest of thousands and a protest of millions. That's what it's going to take. One of the most important lessons that I want to end with today is the need to continue to move this movement forward. The civil rights movement was not based in one city, one small town, but it spread like wildfire across the entire country. It spread, and that was what allowed the changes that we have seen, the changes that Donald Trump wants to get rid of. But guess what? We have all of that power today, and we have the power to connect across any borders, across this country. And together we can do it, but it's going to take an organized movement. Are you ready to organize? I'm a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation. I've proudly been a member for 9 years at this point. My first rally was one against the war on immigrants. I spent a lot of years in the struggle against police brutality forward. Because what we really need, as Minnesota showed us, is a nationwide general strike. And those don't come out of thin air. A general strike where people across the country say no work, no school, no shopping, no business as usual. It takes organization. So we need each and every one of you to become organizers. At the next protest, at the next rally, at the next educational event, bring people into the movement. Create your group chats. Create your organizations. Join an organization that is here today. And I want you all to pull out your calendar, your phone, whatever it may be. I want you to know, Monday at 6 p.m. right here at City Hall, we'll be back. Monday, 6 p.m. at City Hall, we will have double the people here. I hope we'll have 10 times the people here. But it takes all of us explaining why this is not a faraway struggle, but it's a struggle right here. What could that $1 trillion that goes toward death do to bring life? What can it do to provide reparations? What can it do to heal the planet that's going through climate catastrophe? I believe we can build a people's budget right here in Los Angeles. I believe that we can build a system of international unity and international solidarity. And I believe we have to keep up the struggle against war and the struggle for socialism in this country. So I encourage each and every one of you to look into these struggles, to check out the history of the socialist movements, the history of general strikes. All of these struggles connect together. Because look, the masses, the working class built everything that's around us. The people built everything you see around you. Donald Trump didn't build a damn thing in his entire life. The people don't want this war on Iran. Donald Trump wants this war on Iran. Marco Rubio wants this war on Iran. And what I say is that they should fight their own wars instead of sending our young people to die. Because we're not going to fight some bloody war for oil. Is that right? Are you going to go fight when they tell you to? All right. I hope you keep to that because we don't know what they're planning, but we have to have even bigger plans. We have to have a plan to win a new society. I believe we can do it. I encourage you to join an organization. I encourage you to talk to organizers who are here. Check out the tables that are right there at the end. I want to thank all of our speakers. Please give a round of applause. I want to thank all the organizations who endorsed and who joined today. And I want to encourage each and every one of you that you have a role to play in building this new society. Let me hear you say, hands off of Iran! 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 The people will stop this illegal war. I know it's true. We will see you again Monday, 6 p.m. at City Hall.
helicopters up there. I'm not sure what is going on. But I know I'm freaking thirsty. I think I'm gonna ask for a water or something. There's somebody standing out. Yeah, so there's a couple of helicopters. I'm not sure if it's for this or if it's for another any police activity or anything. I don't have my e-bike with me, so I can't go and check. But guys, that's it. It looks like people are just moving. Not sure if they're gonna march or anything like that, but let me walk amongst the people here. Check it out, but I don't know how the stuff is.
Metropolitan Detention Center and make some noise down there. Let's noise in the street. So come out to the detention center. Please show your support.
40 trillion debt. That was pretty Channel 7 right there. There it is, Channel 7 for you guys, ABC, if you guys. So I guess people are moving on. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to head out to the detention center and see if I see anything out there. If I do, I'll come back live. And I might be here on Monday at 6 p.m. They're going to have another demonstration or rally or protest. I'll make sure I'll be here to bring you that live stream as well. I hear the I don't want to let you guys go yet in case I see something. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna kind of walk around a little bit and get out of this rally. And I do want to thank you guys for hanging out. I'm live streaming both on TikTok and YouTube, so I appreciate all of you guys on both platforms. I think if you guys see the helicopter up there, I think something else is going on over there. Again, I don't have my e-bike with me, so I can't get from point A to point B like in freaking minutes. Unfortunately, I went home to drop it off. What's going on here? Let's see. Someone get sick? Stand by, guys, stand by. Let's see. Anyone, a lot of people left already. Man, they move quick. Go ahead and go to the detention center. If there's anything going on over there, I'll come back and do another live stream. But guys, for right now, thank you so much. Check it out. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you guys on the next live. Thank you guys, and blessings to all of you guys. Don't let the emotions get the best of you guys. Everything's gonna be okay on both sides. Whatever side you're on, things are gonna be okay. Everything passes eventually. So you guys take it easy, be well, be peaceful, and I will see you guys on the next live. Take care, you guys.